mayor of New York City.
No, you agree with Pete that he is a communist then?
He's not a communist.
He's a socialist.
He said seize the means of production.
He's a socialist.
My ass.
Welcome back, everyone. Dronetek here. First, a quick bit of advice. Don't trim your own beard if you have no idea what you're doing. Now, the question of today's video is the prospective Democrat New York mayor a communist? Yes! 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 That's what Bakari Sellers and Scott Jennings were arguing about today on CNN, and as usual, it was a one-way slaughter.
But calling him a communist is not far off base when he talks about seizing the means of production. That is a communist party plank. He is talking about doing that, so I don't have any problem with calling him what he is.
And I don't have any problem calling Donald Trump a felon or charged with rape or the fact that he doesn't pay his vendors or the fact that he's racist because he illegally
This and he was
so I don't have any problem. And you're
president.
right. And
As
you know
all
what?
of
You
those
may
things.
have a Democratic socialist elected as mayor of New York City.
No, you agree with Pete that he is a communist then?
He's not a communist.
He's a socialist.
He said seize the means of production.
He's a socialist.
As if that makes it smell any better.
He is not a communist.
I'm not a socialist, but he
Literally,
calls himself.
he's using the language of the Bolsheviks, is he not?
No, he's not. He's a socialist, not a communist.
What the purpose is about this entire project, it's not simply to raise class consciousness, but to win socialism. And obviously raising class consciousness is a critical part of that. We have to continue to elect more socialists. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right? Or whether it's the end goal of seizing the means of production.
Seizing the means of production?
That's called socialism, not communism.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Use that the USSR and Stone
Those are
Dormer
different
debaters.
things,
That's where you
though.
hear
I mean,
that
like,
stuff.
you
Everyone
understand they're
coming up
different.
next.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies.
Yes, Mamdani is a racist communist, and all the proof is in his own words. First off, Bakari Sellers is wrong about everything, so just bet on the opposite of whatever he says. Now let's start with seizing the means of production.
There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right? Or whether it's the end goal of seizing the means of production.
Which is a concept in communist ideology and seen as the first step in abolishing capitalism.
You don't say.
Which we all know is a popular sentiment in the Democrat Party. Mamdani is just coming out of the closet for Democrats, who we have known for decades are definitely trending towards communism. Like here, he explains how he wants the government to buy up private housing and then convert them into communes.
We can establish community land trusts to gradually buy up housing on the private market and convert it to community ownership.
A communal apartment in the Soviet Union was not a home in the Western sense of the word. It was more a place of forced cohabitation, a concrete prison where privacy did not exist, and a person was merely a number assigned to a bed in a cramped room.
He also wants the government to open their own grocery stores in order to lower prices.
City-run grocery stores, I've proposed a pilot program of one store in each borough. These are 5 stores in total. The total cost of this is $60 million. This is less than half the cost of what the city is already set to spend on a subsidy program for corporate supermarkets that has no guarantee of cheaper prices or collective bargaining agreements.
Even CNN host Aaron Burnett is like, you don't mean like Soviet groceries, do you?
Collective bargaining agreements or even accepting
So
SNAP
you're
or
not
WIC.
looking at some like Soviet Union grocery stores on every corner that are going to be run by the government?
No, what I'm looking at is how to solve the very clear twin crises of affordability when you go to the grocery store and food deserts, which disproportionately impact Black and brown New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yes, I'm sure it will lower prices when the government can outcompete all private sources of grocery stores. Because, of course, the government doesn't have to compete because they can just use up taxpayer money. He also doesn't mention that the reason there are food deserts in these Black and brown neighborhoods is because the crime rates are so high, it forces the businesses out. He's, of course, going to fix that by punishing and taxing the whiter neighborhoods that are nice because of high trust and low crime. What do you all think? Are the Democrats finally coming out as communists, or is this all just right-wing conspiracy theories? Let me know in the comments, and if you're still here, might as well hit that like button and subscribe. I do post on a regular basis, both long and short form, so make sure to keep checking back for more. Thanks a lot.